بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Perspectives. And why do you seem so low?
No, because I was thinking that it should have been Urdu and English. For a moment, I lapsed thinking if it's a universal topic or if it's a domestic topic. A bit confusing. What I want to build up from is that I'll tell you a personal story. And this is 1983. I'm in the U.S. studying, and I had my exams. And after the exams, I was so tired. Not that I was a good student, but I was tired. That I went to sleep. And I put a little note in my window saying, unless this building is on fire, don't wake me up. And I put the phone off the hook. And I forgot to tell my family here that I've done that. And this is early 80s. There's no cell phones or anything.
Right.
So they start calling and my phone's busy for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. And they get worried.
Right.
And then my uncle used to live about half an hour in the same city. They called him. He drove out. And
Came to see you.
And I realized it is such a blessing to have somebody waiting for you. That's the reason I thought whether it's universal topic, because in the West, people like their independence. People don't like their siblings or their friends or their mothers or the fathers checking in on them, or have you reached home or not. But we in the East are brought up differently. My brother's been living in the US since 1983.
That doesn't matter.
Even now, you get a call every day. You know what? I've reached work. I'm on the way to work. I'm traveling. I've boarded a plane. This is like 30 years after he's lived there.
Yeah.
And my mother, did he call? Has he reached? Leave him alone. But no, we are just built that way.
Yeah.
Is that a blessing or not? That's a total discussion which is based on your cultures. But given the discussion these days about rape, about crime, about a lot of things, I think it's a great blessing. Because if you have somebody waiting for you,
the chances of you
chance
being in
to
trouble is less.
not exactly.
It just,
Another story. This is 1989, and a very good friend of mine used to live in North Nazimabad, and I was living in PCHS. So I used to drive out every night, and just hang out there. And one night I had a flat, and I felt so comfortable because I knew that if I am not home at 11:45,
somebody's going to come and drive on this road.
and they know exactly which route I will take, and I will not deviate from the route.
Right.
And that's what happened. When I got home, my father was standing on the porch with his car keys. He was going to come out because it's a discipline. They know if I'm going to be at home at 11:45, or they will hear from me. If they haven't heard from me,
And
I need help.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is again before cell phones. Now, in today's day of smartphones, and every phone is almost every phone is a smartphone.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Fine that, but generally speaking, and even if you don't have a smartphone, you have a phone. Pretty much everyone has a cell phone.
Everyone has a cell phone.
At least all the people we're talking to have cell phones.
Yeah.
Tell somebody where you are. Tell them when to expect you back. Tell them which route you will take. If you have a smartphone, turn on your Google Latitude.
You know, I actually think and believe that people have started doing that now, because initially there were a lot of youngsters who used to just go out and, hang out with their friends, not informing their parents or even their siblings of where they are. But nowadays, even if you go out somewhere at night, be it like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, they would just send you a message saying that, I'm going for dinner at this particular place. So they know where they are in case something goes wrong. But then recently there's been a whole trend of suspension of mobile services in our country, and I don't know what sort of protection is that from the terrorist attacks and stuff. I guess that gets people into more trouble.
But that's 1 in 200 days.
Yeah, but it still happens. So even
maybe I'm just maybe I'm just a wimp, but the day the cell phones are off, I just stay between home and office.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. They just
don't
cut down,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, they just cut it down. Everyone cuts it down. Even at work, everyone updates their landline number, so people know. And I remember because when this whole trend started, my brother, the eldest one, he called me and he said, just give me your office line numbers and exchange it. So in case anyone is in trouble, you know how to get through.
Absolutely.
Emails, phone. I guess we're just so dependent on the phone, and I guess it is a blessing.
But exactly, nothing.
It is a blessing.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it is not.
It's not a dependence. It's a fantastic.
And considering what all is going around, all the stories
and globally.
And I mean it. All the stories that you hear that your best friend killed you, or but at least the parents knew who you were out with, so you know exactly who to catch.
And I believe in turning on Google Attitude. If you have an Apple device, turn on Find Friends.
Right.
And Google Attitude. If you don't have, if you have an Android, Google Attitude. Even BlackBerry, Google Attitude. Any smartphone has Google Attitude. Turn it on. Let your parents know where you are. Take them in confidence. Even if you are somewhere where you don't want them to show up, even if you are doing whatever you're doing, still let a friend know where you are. Someone should know where you are.
All those secret plans need to chop.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The secret plans need to go. Someone. Don't tell your parents, fine, but tell a friend who's not with you. So, whenever my mother on a bedside table actually has a list
of people you hang around with,
which includes your number.
She would call me like auntie. I don't know.
No, but you'd be able to find somebody who'd be able to find me. You see, so there's a list of numbers, and they first, second, third, and all these people are on my Google Attitude because mother maybe can't access Google Attitude. So she'd call somebody who'd know where I am, and they'd find me. And I make sure I update the damn thing. So my advice to today's young people especially is that, stop being secretive. It is a blessing for somebody to know where you are. Don't be foolish about it. It's a very dangerous time. It's a very difficult world, especially in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. In these countries, things are very rough these days. So it's in anywhere in the world. Let somebody know where you are.
And this is just about phones, right? But generally, otherwise, I think all cars need to have trackers.
I actually, at one point, maybe I'm just super paranoid. I installed this device, which is available in Karachi for about, I think, 11,000 rupees, where you can directly SMS this device. It tells you where the car is. You can turn the engine off. And it had a microphone inside the car,
so
which you could remotely call and turn on. So if, God forbid, you're being held up, if you are not in a position to answer your phone, this thing will turn on, and you will hear what's happening in the car.
Now that's important, because if you're being mugged while you're driving on the roads, your phone is taken away, so you really don't know how to update people. And a lot of people don't even give you their phone so that you can make an emergency call to someone, because people are just so scared.
People say, "Oh, we don't want our parents to call into the car," but don't do anything that your parents can't hear. And if you want to do that, do somewhere else. But kids will be kids. But in your car, put in these devices. Those who can't afford it, you can. Okay, now I would like to maybe separately do a list of applications, which at least I know for the iPhone. There is a panic siren. There is a single button, notify 10 people of my location. Before you do something, it'll send out an SMS, an email to a list with your last GPS coordinate. Boom. There's an emergency. These applications are out there. There's a button which presses, it rings a loud siren. So use all those apps. Get them. For Androids, they're available. Get them. Get these panic applications.
Someone needs to develop this tracking chips for the kids, especially because nowadays kids are being kidnapped. How do you track them? That's an important one. So I guess there should be like a chip that you can just put it in their clothes.
Well, I would,
get it operated and put it somewhere inside.
I'm a freak. If these things exist, they're just not commercially available.
No, because I know for a fact my dad was telling about this 2-month-old kid who was kidnapped and then finally found from some hospital. So I just thought, okay, fine. Being elders, we can still come up with ways of securing ourselves. But with kids, it's just difficult.
I believe in, subcutaneous GPS IDs. It's not James Bond, it's not Mission Impossible. I'm for it. I'd wear one. I have no issue wearing one. I want to be found. You could be, there are 50 things that could happen. Such things should be used. They're not commercially available yet, but whenever they are, I'll be the first one buying one. I promise you that. In the meantime, take whatever measures you can. And this whole discussion started by this story, which I don't believe in, that this girl was locked into a room with a rapist, so she took a picture and sent an email and said, I've already sent the email. Well, I don't think that situation would arise.
That's just one
But,
option.
but if you have the option, yes, shoot out an email, shoot out an SMS, tell them where you are. In that SMS or email, say I'm in trouble.
If you have
Tweet.
a car following you, if you have
Tweet,
a car
Facebook.
following you, or if you have like a bike following you, just note their number plate. That's the first thing that you need to
Absolutely.
note, and just send it out to whoever you can.
Tweet it.
Yeah, tweet
I'm in
that.
trouble. Tweet it.
Tweet it, yeah.
Somebody notify my family.
Yeah.
You know, somebody on Twitter would know who you are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 20,000 followers, I'm sure there'd be 5 people who'd know who you are and be able to locate you. So these tweets, these Facebook updates should happen. Get into your system.
Right.
Maybe there should be an app which does anyways. Okay. So please do that. That's my advice.
Right. So I guess that was our input in how you can secure yourself from all the common crimes that we have around us.
Well, one underlying note here is kids need to get over the secret plans.
It doesn't work anymore, honestly.
Kids will be kids. They will do it. At least tell 5 friends.
You know why I'm saying it? Because even normally kids would go out to some cafes.
And they won't tell anyone.
And they won't tell anyone. And normally all these cafes have a lot of things going on now. Like you have
the most
lot
recent
of fights.
case did happen at a cafe, and you know, you've known about such cases, and these things have happened. So, sorry, didn't want to remind you on that one.
No, but normally yes, it has been happening. So I guess it doesn't work that way anymore.
Yeah.
You really need to, and just make sure. And I guess people who have drivers outside are lucky enough. At least they can.
Yeah, even then, somebody who's not there in the area with you should know where you are.
I agree with that.
I know it sounds irritating. Friends would say, "Why are you telling us?" But someone should know. My parents still ask me every time I leave home, "Where are you going? Who are you with?" If I say, "Oh, I'm going out for dinner," which vicinity?
Yeah.
If I say, I don't know which restaurant, they'll say which area. And I will say one of those restaurants or one of these restaurants.
Yeah.
So they know which
And
general
normally
vicinity.
it frustrates you from inside, but at this point, I really don't mind informing them.
Thank you.
now.
That's exactly what I want to point out. There's nothing frustrating. It's a blessing.
It's a blessing.
That you have someone.
Normally, it does get frustrating because youngsters, like, we're grown ups, we don't have to inform you about, but really,
That's
trust
stupid.
me, you have to
You're
tell
not.
them
If you think that way, you're not grown
Yeah,
up. If
you're
you were
not
grown
grown
up, you can understand.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind that. So that's our input.
Good luck.
and
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Take care. Allah.